Hey everyone, Chloe here and welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, ladies, lurkers, and reformed masculinas, welcome. So today's feminine icon video is about highlighting the hypergamous queen, the beautiful Savannah James, who just turned 35 years old and who of course is married to the superstar athlete Lebron James. And I wanted to highlight what is, in my opinion, from the outside looking in, a very strong public example of what I consider to be a beautiful hypergamous marriage, and a celebrity example of what living the hypergamous life can look like on the highest level. Now, as a strong disclaimer, a very strong disclaimer, please keep in mind that I am not a woman who lives vicariously through celebrity lives. I do not invest, nor do I attach my identity to celebrities at all. And I do not look to celebrities as saviors. Celebrities are human beings. They are imperfect. They are flawed. They take a dump in the toilet just like everyone else. And although they may have a bigger money bag, they can still very much be ignorant, unintelligent, uneducated, miseducated. They can be dysfunctional as all get out. And they can also be very spiritually confused and lost. And monetary success and fame, no matter what it may look like to us on the outside looking in, could never erase all flaws, all deficits, or personal struggles. But because of their capitalistic success, people tend to overinvest themselves in celebrity lives. And celebrities, they tend to be idolized. But capitalistic success does not equal wisdom, and it definitely does not make your life perfect. In reality, celebrities are under a lot of pressure to maintain their success. They are under a lot of pressure to support their families and extended families and to keep their families eating. And the fame monster also comes with a lot of irrational public scrutiny and a lot of public expectation, and will also come with an intense invasion of privacy, especially if your PR image isn't managed well. So as a disclaimer, I will never be a YouTuber or a woman who will try to conflate celebrity lives with everyday ordinary lives, but we are living in a world where people will often only pay attention to fame and a name, and we are living in a world that uses celebrity fame and the spotlight that comes with it as an unhealthy barometer and a measuring stick for our own regular lives. And while I believe that celebrities can represent the best of what can be humanly possible in terms of capitalistic success, I do believe that this obsession with celebrity life can sometimes be a very irrationally attached and a very distorted lane of worship. But I wanted to follow up on an article that I wrote on the hypergamouslife.com about being in order and about what it will often require to have long-term success in a hypergamous marriage. Because it is one thing to be feminine, but it is another thing to actually live the hypergamous life, as hypergamy will involve having a healthy awareness and a healthy respect for the family dynamic and the family order, and the roles that both a husband and a wife will need to fulfill in order to create a harmoniously loving long-term marriage. And each of the points that were made in that article, and I highly suggest that you read it, are practiced by myself and are practiced by the feminine and the hypergamous women who I privately mentor and who are also mentored in my feminine finishing school, The New Feminine. Now, for housekeeping purposes, for the women who come to my channel who say that they want it all, and for the masculine woman who is attracted or who is invigorated by money, power, and respect and leadership, please look at my videos on the 15-year fertility window if you are interested in having a family, and also take a listen to my equity and equality video so that you can ultimately decide what is more important for you, your happiness, and your long-term fulfillment as a woman in the long run. Now, contrary to popular belief, hypergamous wives are out here and they are all around us, but they are not interested in putting their lives out on Front Street, and they are not going to broadcast to the world out loud about being provided for or about their hypergamous bag. But hypergamous women are everywhere, and they are married to all races and cultures of men, from lower six figures to upper six figures to millionaires. and they are living quiet, private, provided for, and anonymous lives because they are not interested in being attacked, mocked, ridiculed, or taunted by dusty men or dust bunny women who are either triggered or who are in their upset and their insecure feelings when others are not drowning in struggle love. So yes, there are plenty of black wives in the world who don't have 829 jobs, and there are plenty of black women of all shades who are not participating in the expectations of the status quo. But this awareness of provided for women can cause a lot of rage, a lot of indignancy and contempt and disdain. And this misplaced anger that is directed at women who are being provided for is especially and potently reserved for black women, because black women are typically expected to be socially engineered masculinas and the face of strength and dysfunction at the expense of their femininity. And let me know in the comment section below if you believe that being a provided for wife makes both women who aren't being provided for and men who cannot provide envious and jealous. But privacy for a hypergamous woman is power, because what people don't know, they can't ruin, which is why you're not going to find a bunch of public examples of women who are actually living the hypergamous life. But here are 11 reasons, in my opinion, why Savannah James is a hypergamous queen to admire. Number 11, simply put, she's a beautiful woman who is the epitome of the girl next door archetype. And if you are interested in learning more about how I break down archetypes, you can always get a copy of my feminine archetype and best-selling book, Womanly, or you can research feminine archetypes on your own to figure out your personal brand of womanhood, as all feminine women are not cookie cutter, nor are they cut from the same womanhood cloth. But Savannah James, simply put, is not only attractive, but she is beautiful, and she has a beautifully sincere, down-to-earth smile and presence. Number 10, her feminine energy is mysterious, balanced, reserved, modest, quietly enchanting, but she is also understatedly sexy, which will always make a woman both intriguing and alluring to the opposite sex, because Savannah James is like an onion who has many mysterious layers. And although she is a quietly wealthy woman, she is not a battery-operated, mechanical Stepford wife, but she also isn't a loud, crass, rude, or obnoxious presence, which makes her very ladylike. Number 9, she uses her husband's money and his provision to keep herself on point and to keep herself looking great. And you can also tell that in dealing with her husband's astronomical success, that she also keeps her mental health in check, which is especially important when you are essentially married to a very crazy making, successful, high profile machine. Number 8, Savannah is a hypergamous wife who isn't publicly shamed for being a hypergamous wife. Typically, when black women are wives and are stay-at-home moms, they are shamed by women who aren't being provided for themselves, and they are called every name in the book: stupid, dumb, lazy, and regressive, to name a few. But hypergamous wives, such as Savannah James, do not see being a stay-at-home wife as a demotion, as a lower position, as being oppressed or disempowered or diminished, or as a lane that will make her invisible. Provided for hypergamous wives cherish and value what they bring to the table of marriage: nurturing support, feminine inspiration, so that your husband can successfully compete in the realm of men. And hypergamous wives are women who take immense pride in being a loving source of availability to her husband and her family. Number 7, Savannah seems to have a very healthy respect for her family dynamic and the family order. Ladies, in order to have long-term hypergamous success in a marriage, there must be order. And order is not a dirty word. And we had a very great conversation about order over at the Hive, and shout out to the Hive. And clearly, Lebron James both honors and fulfills his role as a provider, a man of great character, a protector, and a builder. And Savannah clearly honors her role as a mother, a nurturer, and a woman who is physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually available to herself and her family. And both the masculine and the feminine divine, when brought together in harmony and order, can and will create beautiful magic and amazing harmony. So Savannah James does not need the spotlight to feel valued, treasured, or important in her marriage. Number 6. From the outside looking in, LeBron seems to treat Savannah James like the prize. Yes, PR can be very deceptive and a family image can be manipulated, but LeBron is a husband that literally seems to cherish and adore his wife and the foundation of his family. And his family is clearly his strongest motivation and his strongest inspiration when it comes to creating a legacy on and off the court, and to his success as a husband, a father, and a family man. And dare I say, he seems to be a man who not only worships his wife, but who will also do anything necessary to protect her. Number 5, Savannah keeps her feminine energy very chill and very under the radar. As a wife, she always carries herself with poise, feminine grace, as she has never ever given her husband or her family first-hand or second-hand embarrassment by being publicly ratchet or by being a public or drunken hot mess, and she has never had any embarrassing public meltdowns that would embarrass her husband's last name. She's unproblematic, and she is the epitome of minding the hypergamous business that pays her by staying out of drama and mess. Number 4, she treasures her privacy. Privacy is liquid gold in terms of giving people boundaries and lines of demarcation that they cannot cross. And Savannah James, for the most part, lives a very private life, as we are never aware of any of her moves, and she is a woman who will only put on display what she wants others to know. And her mysterious ways are a part of the reason why she is so publicly admired and respected as a life partner, a mother, a wife, and a black woman. Number 3, she doesn't flash, flaunt, or brag about her provision, her privilege, or her wealth, which lends itself to her humility. And humility is an internally gorgeous, ladylike character trait to possess, to own, and to have as a part of your womanhood arsenal. When a woman is truly secure about her wealth, she will never need to put it on display like a clown at the circus. Number 2, she treats her marriage as sacred. Savannah treats her marriage with the utmost of respect and privacy, and more importantly, her marriage is not up for sale, it's not on the docket for examination, and more importantly, her marriage does not need to be for sale to keep the lights on. And number 1, she is black mixed with black. Now, some feathers may be ruffled to hear this, but not only is she a gorgeous woman, but she is a gorgeous African American woman who is black mixed with black. But she is still pedestalized, adored, and treasured by her husband and is treated as a trophy wife. Now, celebrity men and wealthy men are allowed to marry whomever they fall in love with, and black women are allowed to marry any race of man who cherishes them and makes them happy. But it will always be aesthetically pleasing and a huge source of pride as a black woman myself to see a visibly successful black man who fully provides for his wife and family, who is married to a woman who is reminiscent of the women in his family. But simply put, LeBron and Savannah James look dang good together. So that is all that I have to say on this for now. Savannah James is the epitome of high-level hypergamy, order, class, femininity, gorgeousness, balance, humility, tastefulness, womanhood, motherhood, and resting comfortably in her feminine. And we love to see it. So ladies and lurkers, who are your strongest hypergamous inspirations? And is it your womanhood goal to be a hypergamous wife or not? And as always, I look forward to reading your amazing comments below, and stay tuned for more hypergamous videos to come, and I will catch up with you ladies and lurkers and ear hustlers in the next one.